Today, we were discussing how we want to handle authentication in our Moodle Business platform. So Moodle Business is basically a CRM for businesses to simplify their workflow. So you offer services like payment service, which basically they can make payments to whomever they want. So this could be their employees or any other people. And then we also have sales orders, we have purchase orders, we have accountings, and we have all these other nice features a business needs to fulfill and streamline its workflow. We wanted to add HR and payroll to the mix. Now, instead of just putting it on top of Moodle Business, which is already a large code base, we decided to have it out as a separate service. We had this as a separate service, so that we can maintain the code easily and everything is neat and clear. Moodle Business and HR and Payroll are both built using Django on the back end. Moodle Business is also Django on the front end, but for HR and Payroll, we decided to give Next.js a shot. So for HR and Payroll now, we have the Next.js on the front end, we have Django on the back end, and then we are using its own database service as well. Now, one of the issues we faced was how we can authenticate the users to HR and Payroll. Now, of course, we don't want to build another authentication system. What we want to do instead is we want to use what we already have on Moodle Business. So whoever logs into Moodle Business, they will be able to go into HR and Payroll. So here is what we decided. We decided that all the requests must pass through Moodle Business, and then once the user is authenticated, we can pass it to HR and Payroll, which will then return back a response to Moodle Business, and then Moodle Business can fulfill the client's request. So all the requests from the client will go to Moodle Business, and then Moodle Business will pass it down to HR and Payroll, and HR and Payroll will then pass it back to Moodle Business, and Moodle Business will fulfill the client request. In this case, we are having Moodle Business act as a middleware for authentication part, where all the requests will pass through Moodle Business, and then Moodle Business make sure that the user who is making the request is authenticated into the system, and then Moodle Business will pass it on to HR and Payroll if the user is authenticated. Now, the reason we did not go with solutions like SSO, single sign-on, is because we have very limited time in our hands, and we want to roll this out as quickly as possible. So we just decided to use Moodle Business as our middleware. And the second thing is that we have all the data in our Moodle Business application. So for example, a user owns a tenant, and all the other information is tied to a tenant. So whatever sales order that happens is tied to a tenant. Whatever purchase orders that happen are tied to tenants. If there is a payment, it's tied to a tenant, right? So we have this tenant. Now, we don't have to replicate the same information on HR and Payroll again. So instead, the request that will go through Moodle Business will first authenticate the user, and then it will be able to also inject other additional information, like for example the tenant ID, and then it will pass the request to HR and Payroll. So HR and Payroll will know that this request is coming. It's not only like from an authenticated user, but also from a particular tenant. So whatever happens in HR and Payroll, whatever user gets onboarded or offboarded or payrolls happen, we know that all of this information is tied to a particular tenant. Maybe moving forward, we might also have other separate services for sales orders, and we have warehouses, and then we can have a separate authentication service on its own. But for now, we wanted something really quick, something that will work, and something that also we don't want to just keep on adding code on Moodle Business. So this is also a kind of like a test scenario for us, where we want to roll out a separate service and see how things are going. If you found this video informational, please hit the like button, comment your thoughts out, and subscribe for more. Thank you.